Yeah, exactly. Are you ready? Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, can we do a story time?
Yeah.
Oh, bananas. Can anybody read this?
Silly Sally.
Silly Sally. Okay, let's read this. This one looks super fun. This one looks a lot more silly. This looks a lot more silly than the ones that we've done before. And it's really big. It's really big. Okay, we're just gonna get right into it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Silly Sally. Here we go. Here we go. Silly Sally. What is that? What's that?
Sheep. That's a sheep.
That's a sheep. That's totally a sheep. Looks rather like a kind of a sort of a canine sheep. That face is a little bit canine. That means like a dog or like a wolf. Like a wolf. Like maybe that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. We don't know. We don't know. I like those flowers. Here we go. This says for Anne and Warren Wallerstein. Maybe somebody's parents, I bet. Look at that. Look at that. Is that a doggy house?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a doggy house? What kind of house is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's find. I have never read this book, so, and this one I legitimately have not read. I have not read. Look at that, and we just skipped a page. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Silly Sally went to town, walking backwards, upside down. She's walking backwards. See, everybody. Can you do backwards like this? Like if you're going that way, then everybody point behind you and say backwards.
Backward.
All right, now everybody point up, and then point down and go upside down.
Upside down.
The opposite of upside down actually is right side up. Remember we read Stella Luna? Stella Luna, the bat, the book about the fruit bat, Stella Luna.
There.
And she always hangs upside down like Silly Sally. Like Silly Sally. But for Stella Luna, upside down is right side up. Anyway, moving on. Silly Sally went to town walking backwards, upside down. Who's that character?
I don't know.
I don't know either. And did you notice there's a duck upside down? There's a duck upside down in the water. That's not how ducks usually do. Usually ducks are right side up in the water. Yes.
House.
Yeah, doggy. You're right. It is a doggy house. I thought it was a doggy house, and you're right. It is. I wonder if Snoopy's in there. Maybe Snoopy's in there with Woodstock. You never know. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a pig. On the way, she met a pig. A silly pig. They danced a jig. Look at that. They're dancing. This pig is filthy. Filthy pig. You're a filthy pig. Everybody say filthy. Filthy. That means you're super dirty. Super dirty. Look at that. Look at that. Silly Sally went to town, dancing backwards. Oh, now she's dancing. Dancing backwards, upside down. Look at this. They're both upside down now. This almost reminds me of like a Dr. Seuss kind of book. Now, wait a minute. Doggy's backwards this time. See, this is more normal. The duck is kind of upside down, but now it's just like, it's like, feeding in the water. It's like rummaging around in the bottom of the water. What is going on with this guy now? You see that? Yeah, he's upside down too. He's upside down. This guy's backwards, and this guy's upside down, and also upside down, sort of upside down. Here we go. Moving on. Look at that. We're skipping stuff. That's not Snoopy. Oh, I'm disappointed. I was hoping it was Snoopy. On the way, she met a dog, a silly dog. That does look like a very silly dog. They played leapfrog. Have you guys ever done leapfrog before? Do you know what leapfrog is? Leapfrog is like when one person like crouches down on the ground and then another person comes up behind and goes boing over you, and then you go boing over that person, and then the other person goes boing like that. That's called leapfrog. Leapfrog. These guys are getting really out of hand. These guys are just really out of hand here. Silly Sally went to town, leaping backwards upside down. Now she's leaping backwards. These guys are just having a total gong show party. And this duck is doing everything wrong. This duck is not being like a normal duck at all. Now its body is underwater, which doesn't make sense. It should be too buoyant.
Everything upper.
Yeah, everything's going like kind of weird. And here's Mr. I don't know what this guy's deal is.
I know.
Yes, what?
Mr. Flower.
Mr. Flower. Okay, we'll call him Mr. Flower. Mr. Flower looks like he's having a nap. I'm starting to believe that may be a sheep.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think that that's probably a sheep is what that is. Okay, moving on.
First page of the sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I thought it was a wolf in sheep's clothing is what I thought. But yeah, we'll find. Look at this sad, ridiculous looking, this silly loon. It's a loon. In Canada, where I'm from, instead of hyakueng, instead of 100 yen, we have something called a loonie. It's like a big giant gold coin. Not gold, it looks kind of gold. Giant coin, and it's got a bird on it, and it's called a loon. That's why we call it a loonie. The coin is called a loonie. And look at that. It's a silly loon. On the way, she met a loon, a silly loon. They sang a tune. Oh, I get it. I've been calling this thing a duck the whole time. But no, it's a... Okay. That's a loon. I thought it was like a badly behaved duck. I thought it was a duck that just didn't know how to be a duck. No, loons do that. Loons do that. They will... They're more aquatic than ducks are. They actually will get into the water and dive around in the water. Okay, they sang a tune. I wonder what song they're singing. I have no idea. Moving on. Silly Sally went to town singing backwards, upside down. Okay, let's see if there's any further developments in this field. It looks like out of the Wizard of Oz. Let's find out what's going on here. There's Mr. Flower. He looks like he's waking up. The sheep looks to be slowly emerging from this field of flowers. I don't know what significance there is to that, but I don't know. And there looks to be some people conglomerating over here. They're having some sort of congress, some sort of meeting, some sort of get together. Anyway, well, this party's growing, hey? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody upside down. On the way, okay, here we go. Here's the development with this sheep character, who I don't think is a sheep. Those ears are not sheep-like at all, and that face is not like a sheep. That looks much more like a wolf. That looks way more like a wolf. Yeah, I think it's a wolf too. I agree. On the way, she met a sheep, a silly sheep. They fell asleep. Oh, look at that. They totally clocked out. They zonked out. Somebody's singing over there. I think somebody's singing. Look at this. They're getting into a dog pile here. Now how did Sally get to town sleeping backwards upside down? That is a legitimate question. It's like, how is she getting to town when she's doing all of this nonsense backwards upside down sleeping stuff? And Mr. Flower has made himself much more present. Look at that. He's come right up here. He's really paying attention now. What's going on? And the town is generally, getting. I guess because it's maybe the start.
That's right.
Yes. What's up?
Last then, these people gonna copy sheep.
Really? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Well, that's a spoiler, isn't it? Because I don't know that.
And she too, flower too.
Really? They're all going to end up doing this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not that one, but
Wow, they're gonna decide if it's gonna be that kind of party. Yeah, okay. Along came. Okay, that's who this guy is, Mr. Flower. He's got a character name. He's got a role in this story. Along came Nettie Buttercup, walking forwards, right side up. Okay, this guy has the program down. Look at this. He's just standing, walking forward, right side up. He knows what he's doing.
Maybe she gonna tickle her.
Yeah.
Tickle?
Yeah.
Tickle?
Yeah.
Well, that would be out of line. Look at this. These guys are all upside down, and sleeping.
Tickle.
Yeah, how silly. How can you sleep doing a headstand? I don't know. All the blood would rush to your head. Is there actually going to be tickling going on?
Look.
Oh my goodness. See, you guys have read this book before. I'm not joking. I have never read this book before. He tickled the pig who danced a jig. He tickled the dog who played leapfrog. Wow. Okay, this guy is quite a tickler. Can't do that in 2020. You'll get in trouble. He tickled the loon who sang a tune. He tickled the sheep who fell asleep. Man, I'm disappointed. It looks like, because look, those are hooves. Those are hooves. Sheeps have hooves. Wolves do not have hooves. I was hoping for some really sinister, like wolf in sheep clothing kind of development. Because I like scary stories. I love Halloween, so I want everything to be like a horror story, right? He tickled Sally, who woke right up. She tickled Nettie Buttercup. Oh, it's reciprocal. She's reciprocating. Everybody say reciprocating. So he's been doing a bunch of tickle. Now she's tickling back. Wow. Okay, all right. Here we go. And that's how Sally got to town. Look at that. Now it's a big party. Look at this. All these people. That's very cool. Is that the end?
Oh,
No? Is there more?
Yep.
Is there more to this story?
just one.
Just one more? One more page? Oh, you're right. There is just one more page. Walking backwards, upside down. Well, everybody has decided to join the party and copy Silly Sally. Look at that. Everybody's upside down now.
Look, there's two.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
There.
Yeah, and there too. Look,
Yeah.
everybody's upside down. Did you guys like that story?
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it was super funny. I liked it too. And tickling and upside down, that's some kind of gong show, I tell you what. A gong show. Everybody say gong show.
Gong show.
That means it's like a super party. Okay, everybody say bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Haha, bye-bye.